Okay, you can see here I got these 4 radiator covers. I got to build 2 more and then another 2 for this project. So it's going to be 4 together. The other 2, the last 2, I have to still get the dimensions for. These are just kind of just sitting on top. They're not mounted yet. Tops. They still have to be painted. So those 4 are pretty much done. So next we're going to build 2 identical covers, all out of poplar. Some 5, 6/4 and some 4/4 for the frame, and then we're gonna do some slats. Slats are either gonna be poplar or pine. Since we're painting, it doesn't really matter as much. I'm gonna try to keep it all poplar, but you know I have a couple straggler pieces of pine, so just to fill in some of these slats, because I'm just cutting up a bunch of wood. I gotta clean up first before I start. So we're gonna go, you know, how I build these. We're not gonna get too detailed, but we're gonna just get into real quick how I build these covers. And probably go into how I install them and everything. These are going to have open backs, so they're going to make it a little easier to slide these into place. So you can see there, they're not as strong as my opinion, but that's what the client wanted. And the way they're set up, it just made it easier for them to get to them. All right, so let's start building these. Okay. I'll also make sure I have a good flush reveal in the front too. Bottom, up top here. Then we'll do the same for the sides here. So we're gonna have a 2.5 inch gap in between. That's essentially how it's going to look from the back. All right, put our slats in, and then I'll do our tops.
Alright, so we're going to start with our legs. So we're going to set 2 1/4. Razor blade. Set fast, just double check. Right, perfect. I just like to use it. So we have our legs. So now we can reference these for the rest of the frame pieces, which we're going to lay out now. These covers aren't going to be as big as the other ones that I've done. These are going to be the smallest ones. So we'll lay these out.
legs over here. And we'll use 2 legs to kind of lay out for measurements. These are going to be on the side. $29 and 5/8. We'll go 29 and a half. Okay. Set our stop block with a little gap piece here. Okay, so we have all our pieces for our frames, our legs, our aprons and stretchers. So now we're ready to start finish up our mill up. We're going to run through the planer real quick, and then we'll do a light sanding. And then we're going to put our pocket screws in our aprons and stretchers on the side that's not as nice. And then we'll start assembling. Okay, so we're pretty much all milled up. We're going to run through put a chamfer on all the edges, and then we're going to do a little sanding. Okay, so everything I need to put these frames together with pocket holes and screws are, I like to have a clamp, combination square for my bottom toe kick, we'll call it, a square, these little shims here, which will be my spacers for my reveal, some glue, a little mallet, obviously an impact driver, and screws, and really that's about it. So we're going to just start putting these together with some glue and screws, and then we're going to let them sit for a little bit, then we'll put the bigger frames together later. All right, let's go. Take our spacers. These will set our shadow line or reveal. A little glue. Oops. If you notice too, I have a chamfer on the bottom edge, and then the top is flat, because this will be the top of your table, we'll call it, or cover. So the top will sit on top here, so you don't need to have this rounded over or chamfered. The bottom will show the chamfer, so that will be facing downwards to my front here. Glue. Just spread on my finger. Okay, lay these on top of our little spacers here. Okay, so I'm gonna let these sit for a little bit, and then we're gonna glue up the fronts and the tops and bottoms. These are gonna have no backs, so they're gonna kind of look like this out here. There's no back, just front and sides, and they're gonna have a hard top, kind of like that there. It's kind of laying on it right now. We're gonna be building 6 to 8 of these for this one client, then we have another one for another client. Some reason these radiator covers are flying off the shelves. I'm not sure what's going on, but they're just, we're getting order after order. And then I have a 4 to 6 cover order, and then I have one other pendant. Then I have a dining room table order pendant, and bookshelves and built-in job. I'm gonna do a quote for that tomorrow, hopefully. So really busy right now. So hopefully we'll get real busy as the weather starts to warm up a little bit too here, make it a little easier in the shop. But so we're gonna let these sit for about an hour, and then we're gonna finish the rest of these frames. All right. to dry. We have these ones that are almost done, so that's going to be 6. We're just going to concentrate on these 2 for this video. Alright. Even though the screws are acting as clamps, we're going to put clamps on them anyway, since it helps square them up also too, since there's nothing in the back.